Hello, welcome back. My name is Douglas Johnson. I am a certified yoga teacher, kirtan artist, ordained minister, amongst other things. And today I wanted to talk about lack-based motivation versus love-based motivation. Before I do that, however, I do want to thank the community of patrons on Patreon that make these talks possible. So these talks are very much a collaborative effort of people who support me financially and allow me to have the time and resources to provide this content free of charge. So if someone is in need or can benefit from these talks, then they have access to it without any paywalls or anything like that. If you're interested in joining that community, please check out the links below. You can also help out by liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on YouTube. And I appreciate all of that. So today might be a very short talk. I'm not sure how much I have to say about this, but it is an important topic from my perspective. And that topic is what moves us in the world, what motivates us. And generally speaking, the ego, which is based in fear, is motivated by a sense of lack, a sense of fear. So this creates things like greed and other motivators like that, where we're afraid we're going to run out, we're afraid we won't have enough, we're afraid whatever it might be. And so on the surface, we might look at two people, let's just say two billionaires, two people who have amassed wealth in their life, and we might think that their motivation is the same. They're both billionaires, they're both quote unquote successful from the eyes of the world. But if we look under the hood, spiritually speaking, we might find that one of them was motivated by fear, by a sense of I'm not enough, or somebody told me I couldn't do this, so I'm going to show them that I can, or whatever it might be, something along those lines, a very egoic type of motivation. And this is in opposition to love motivation, which love comes from within us. And I think we've all experienced it. We feel drawn toward something. We feel motivated to do something, not out of fear, not out of avoidance, not out of trying to run away from something. All of these, again, are ways in which lack-based motivation manifests. Instead, we're motivated because we feel love. We feel energy or creativity within us coming up, and it's a positive rather than a negative. So do I wake up in the morning and go to work because I'm excited about work and what I'm doing there and the people I'm interacting with? Or do I get up in the morning and go to work because I'm afraid I won't be able to pay my bills, because I'm afraid I can't be successful doing the thing that I truly love? I'm afraid of whatever it might be. So I'm just trying to give different examples because it really is a very simple concept. And this concept is explored in A Course in Miracles, where, again, they say basically there are two paths you can walk. And a key concept is this is in every moment. So moment by moment, you don't need to step back and take some kind of abstract view of, whoa, am I motivated by fear or love? You can do that right now. That's really the important thing to do with spiritual teachings, is really to look at the granular moment by moment level. So moment by moment, what am I using to decide? Am I using fear or am I using love? And in my experience, these produce very different outcomes. So again, we might look at two billionaires and we think, oh, they're both billionaires. Oh, they must both have such great lives because they have $1 billion. But from my perspective and the perspective of these teachings, the reality, the inner reality of the billionaire motivated by fear will be one of fear. Because how can fear beget something other than itself? So the person who made $1 million from a sense of lack, from a sense of fear, they will not know peace. They will not know joy. They will not know the things that we get from love. And if we look at the billionaire motivated by love, chances are they weren't even interested in the money. They were just so interested in sharing what they had, and maybe what they happened to have had a lot of value in the society that they lived in. And so they ended up amassing great wealth, but it's almost a side effect of what they were doing. They were just trying to share their love. Again, it comes from within us, and we feel motivated to share it. And you can share it in many ways. You can share it through raising your family. You can share that at work, whatever your job is, you can do that. You can do it through creativity, through the arts, through music, through visual arts, creative writing. Really, in any way, in any job, in any capacity, we can let love move us through the world. And again, I wanted to share this today because it's such an important concept. Because if we are motivated by fear, again, that is what we will get. The opposite is also true in my experience. If we are motivated by love, then that is what we will get. So even the surprising thing is, even if we are relatively poor, or we don't have much, or from the view of the world, we're failing. If we're motivated by love, what you'll find is it doesn't matter. Because what your inner life, and I've said this before, spirituality is about your inner life. It's not about how the world perceives you. Okay, so you really need to understand that. You might look out in the world and think that you know what's up. You know who's happy, you know who isn't, you know who's successful, you know who isn't. But the truth is you have no idea. Again, there will be people who have billions of dollars and lots of influence, and yet inwardly they are miserable. And then you'll find people who have no influence, they have no money, they have no possessions, and yet inwardly they are filled up. And this is this is something I think that many people growing up in the West don't get. We just assume that success, fame, and money follow with spiritual success, if you will. And that couldn't be further from the truth. So we can inwardly cultivate a beautiful life, and that may or may not express outwardly in a way that others recognize. Doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. So again, an important concept, I think a relatively simple concept, so I might wrap it up right here. Are you motivated by love or by lack? My advice, more and more, try and be motivated by love. Try and choose to be motivated by what you truly love and not the fear of lack. All right, everyone, I hope you found this helpful. And until next time, namaste and have a beautiful day.